They'll be calling you a radical. So Alaska has listed their final 2016 numbers and 2017 forecast. Oregon, by law, is supposed to have them out. NOAA is supposed to have the state of Washington. The malice lies that's going on in the retail fishing, selling freaking retail fishing trips, poles, lines. It's fraud, total fraud what they're pulling. They pulled it last year. Kept saying, oh, company, best numbers ever. When, okay, so Alaska comes out and forecasted 90 million pounds of pink salmon. 90 million. Came in at 39 million. Catastrophe. I mean, that's the biggest 1 year over year drop. I mean, how can they possibly miss it that far? Same with NOAA. NOAA got it wrong. No, NOAA didn't get it wrong. NOAA got it right last year on their modeling. Excuse me, this year. Last year, their forecast missed by 80%. Expecting 3 million. In the Columbia salmonoids, they got 700,000. I mean, major epic collapse. The spawners have collapsed. It's all, and by law. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to backdoor international law, backdoor United States law, the Endangered Species Act. I mean, where's the UN? It's called the UN, the food. Where are they? Economy. Why they? I mean, this is a catastrophe. So not only that, Alaska has closed several different species of crabs fishings, forecasting down 50% off some kings. I'll list the numbers here, but it's an absolute. And then the propaganda machine's in full flight. New York Times has, we still need clean nuclear. This is PR. You're paying for your own nuclear PR and your own death. I mean, these just flooded. It's just blatant lies, and these people they're putting that they're still calling nuclear clean. Carbon free. It's not carbon free. What about uranium mines? What about freaking the moving the waste here, there, everywhere? How about all this, nightmare on WIP blowing up 2 billion? Oh no! I mean, it's the filthiest straight. I mean, they just keep pushing these lies, pay to play. The New York Times. These guys are so desperate and so sick for money. They will do anything. And this through the government subsidies, statewide, Fedwise, whatever. Bechtel just settles out of court at Hanford. They admit on the Hill, yeah, we poisoned you, we lied, we cheated billions, and then we took the very money that we were supposed to be fixing with and we used for lobbyists. These guys have more lobbyists than anybody 100 times. Grandpa, to PR your own people. What's that?
Can you move this chair?
Yeah, just a second. So they use the money. They get caught red-handed. Obama says that he didn't know what Hanford was at first. Just shows you what a puppet he was. And so... Fukushima, John Holden. Look up John Holden. They just say, okay, when Fukushima, they gave him a script and he just goes out and reads it. You could talk to him, I thought those guys, he hasn't got a clue, rhyme or reason. He just sits around watching Sports Center, thinks about freaking, hanging out, getting in the club. He does whatever they say. I mean, Bill Walmart Clinton, Literally Lynch, the whole group of them just did whatever these nuclear rats told them to do. Now the PR machines are in full flight. This is the greatest ecological collapse in human. All coincidence. It's all coincidence. The starfish all died. The anchovies and sardines all died. The freaking sea lions all starved to death. Wells washing up. More wells wash up to death. What's that? Huh?
Starfishes.
Yeah.
And the cheetahs. And the rabbits.
Yeah, a lot of rabbits gone away too? I didn't know that. The ground says, and the cheetahs and the rabbits. Okay. I got it. Yeah, we lost our starfish. Here, hold on. That reminds me. Thanks for reminding me. I found some abalone shells. Where'd I put them? I don't know. I put them somewhere. I have some real cool old abalone shells that I found. So, anyway, here's the salmon numbers. Alaska released them. You read it for yourself. Now, we know as Fukushima, and more proof that 5 years. That's an outliner. I'm an old stats professor. Look, it's unarguable now. So everybody that has any clue, rhyme, or reason knows we had what happened 5 years ago? I had an old stats professor, I was talking to him about this, and he says, well, this is how anal these people are. He sits and he's running it through his mind, and he says, well, that means something happened 5 years. What happened 5 years? Hello? I mean, I'm in your face every day. So there's rumor that John Hudson was going to become the ambassador to Japan. I hope, because I know him. I'll get right in his ear, So... maybe, I don't know. Every time we have hope, we just get gut punched. Everybody's circled the wagons on this because everybody's got their billionaire club. the government subsidy. It's the massivest government. They turned on the faucet at the Manhattan Project. They never turn on twofold. You know, so-called clean energy when it's the dirtiest, filthiest night. You know, it's way worse than coal even during being coal's a nightmare. Solar could have took the field. California's producing 120% more energy a day than they can even use. They have nowhere to put it. That is scram in the Great Northwest. What's that? That's 2 at the Columbia. You know, they had a scram this spring. These old tired things, oh, let's just more government web to continue this catastrophe, the 2 greatest failures in human history. 1, free markets, fairy tales. I mean, what a disaster. Bill Walmart Clinton was that dog about. Rosemary's Baby, Rockefeller's Baby, Russell's Baby. What a disaster. But nuclearism, it's the greatest failure in human history, bar none. Bar none. Is it eugenics? That's what they're using it for now. Look up John Holdren. I mean, it's obvious. So why didn't they send in the Navy? Why has the ruling on the Navy hearing been delayed so long? Appeal, 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 appeal. I mean, the wheels of injustice. They have a whole other set of rules for the nuclear cartel. Rick Perry, head of the DOE now. He's got for sale on his head. We'll see how that plays out. You know, the Energy Solutions scam nightmare. They just got the contract for the cleanup of San Onofre. Now think about this. This is Energy Solutions here, a company that was $35 a share. Utility stocks are supposed to be safe. Remember? DREG crashed so hard they got delisted by the New York Stock Exchange. Shareholder lawsuits. Freaking lawsuits all over. Did you see Obama do anything to him? He didn't even settle out of court. But he settled out with Bechtel. $128 million they fined after they looted for billions. That's not a deterrent. That's an incentive. So rob, pillage, you know, that's what they do. You know, this is the greatest ecological collapse. You can't argue with me anymore. No one can argue with me because the salmon go to sea for 5 years. You know, record escapement. You got to realize how much money is dumped into this, into hatchery fish, into what. You got to understand. I mean, this is a major, I mean, it's a collapse. And then you got articles out there saying, oh, we're still expecting above average Chinook spring runs. No, they're not. n.o.a.a put out their freaking model, and they are projecting an incredible catastrophe on the spring Chinook. They're predicting 70,000 spring Chinook over the Bonneville. 70, you heard me right. 300,000 total for the year. That's n.o.a.'s modeling. It's out. What? Yeah. Yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you. So, here's the numbers. You know, you can argue with me, and all you info suckers, you people that sit around, you know, you dogma burger eaters, the whole thing. Go ahead. I mean, I'm so tired of the whole freaking scam. I'm recording history at this point, you know, the greatest PhD in human history. I did it, bar none, from the beginning, right down. It's going to give you leukemia, got leukemia, survived leukemia, the walk along the coast, you know, everything that I've done. It's an impossible task. You know, I don't give up now. I finished this race. I'm going to finish this race. You know, we go on from here, and, you know, it's epic denial. This country, these baby boomers, it's a sad, pathetic commentary of what we did to our grandchildren and our unborn. It's really disgusting, and they're going to view us in history. You know, the baby boomer echo in the United States of America. I mean, the rest of the country's already, the world's looking at us like this. What is the matter with you insane lunatics? Germany kicked them out. Switzerland's kicking them out. France is completely bankrupt. The nuclear security has completely bankrupted that country into oblivion. I was in Vienna when they were there with hat in hand, you know, begging for more. Arriva, arriva, arriva. You know, it's a globalization of madmen, looters, thieving. You know, the IAEA and the International Olympic Committee, they're the exact identical same people. You know, let's have the Olympic. I mean, it's right in your face. How disturbing. What? I'm coming. Oh, don't break that. What did I tell you about that?
What is this?
It's an old radio.
Is
You know, so, you know how these, I mean, our kids, we defend, you know. I mean, we defend at this point. So, the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history, the Great Pacific Genocide, you know, forecasted by Cassandra, you know. I'm so deadly at forecasting things for it because logically I figured out and see, you know.
What is this?
It's beyond sad. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Huh, so I don't even know what that is.
Doctors use it.
Yeah. So here's the numbers. Expecting 90 million pounds. Came in officially at 39 million. all the crabbing all up in Oregon has been closed the entire for 2 years now. Sardine closed for 3 years. Anchovies, it's a catastrophe. You're all in denial. Come get your retail fishing, and they're still. This is fraud. These guys are saying, "Oh, it's going to be recommended. Come fish," because these people are like, "Oh, I'm going to retire. I'm going to ride to sunset." I've read a bunch of Zane Grey novels when I was young, or I watched Bonanza, and I'm going to be a ranger, and I'm going to dress up and go thing and just ride off into the sunset. No, you're not. You're going to die of cancer. Stand tuned.